Pacific time. My name is Joyce Fields, and I am here Monday through Friday. This is my last live for the week at 4 a.m. Pacific time. I do a 90-minute live, and I love doing these lives. I am 81 years old. I live by the advice that I share with y'all. I have been using the advice that I share with y'all or living by it since I was about 10 years old. Good morning. And so I know that it works, and I share it with y'all so that y'all can undifficult your life. I live a virtually stress-free life, and the advice that I share will help y'all to undifficult your life so that y'all can live a virtually stress-free life as well. Now, I have been gifted with the gift of being able to use my hands. Hey, Shells, my hands, as well as the words coming out of my mouth, and create what I call a helpful hand visual or helpful hand visuals. I do them throughout my lives. And though I've been gifted with the ability to communicate philosophies and concepts, ideas. I want y'all to share the live. I only have 4 people on it, but I'm going to continue to ask y'all to share the live. And Shelster will also ask you to share the live. She's one of my moderators. So, yep, see? Okay. She was already typing that as I was saying it. Okay. We're on the same page, Shells. That's good. Okay. Okay. So I tell my man that I live a virtually stress-free life, and I am able to communicate the advice that I share from my mind to y'all's mind by using the helpful hand visuals as well as the words coming out of my mouth. They combine together to communicate the concepts and philosophies and the points that I'm trying to make, and they help me to make the point. And I always ask you ask my viewers, if I was successful in communicating the point from my mind to y'all's mind, okay? So now I am a TikTok live veteran. Yeah. And I have done over 500 TikTok lives. And I started November 15th, 2023. It would be 2 years. But now I'm not on TikTok doing my lives. I'm on YouTube. So I did my last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th, 2025. And I did my first YouTube live on that following Monday. That the universe is something else. It really worked it out for me. That following Monday, September 1st. Okay. So, and this is only I haven't counted it yet, but I did my first YouTube live, and I'm still on TikTok, y'all. I'm still on there. I have over 53,000 followers on TikTok. Blows my mind. I'm 81 years old, and I never dreamed that I would have 100 followers, 1,000 followers. And now I got over 53,000 and growing. I still get people following me. So, and I still post at least once a day, usually, okay? But I post just about every single day. So, like I said, my username over there on TikTok is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and then the number 7. So JJ Fields 7. and that's my username on TikTok. I'm still doing it, posting, but I'm not doing my lives on TikTok. TikTok is got to the place where they were too restrictive. So many things you couldn't say, and so I wasn't really worried about. Um, I don't normally say anything like that, but I don't have any problem with a lot of the words that they say, that they ban. So if that's the case, that's the case, so you should be able to say that word if it's the truth. Okay, so I just left there. And now I do my lives on YouTube right here. And it's some getting used to. Uh, TikTok used to tell the live creator that they were letting the viewers know that you're live. And YouTube doesn't do that. For the most part, at least I'm not sure that they don't, well, at least they don't, when the live creator does the live, TikTok sends a message, a comment and it says, we're informing viewers that you're live, or words to that effect. But that's what I'm saying. YouTube doesn't send a message to the live creators like that. So that took some getting used to. But like I said, TikTok is just too restrictive. But I love TikTok. I've been on TikTok for 5 years. So, and I share advice on how you can undifficult your life. Now, undifficult your life. Like I said to y'all, I tell my man all the time that I live a virtually stress-free life. Now, me and my man have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. We have been together for 68 years. We've been married for 58 years. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. And his name is Pap, P-A-P. His real name is Fred. We have been together since we were both 13 years old. So I'm going to show you a picture when we were 25 years old, and then I'm going to show you two pictures. This one, 1969. We were 25 years old. And by the way, he just turned 82 last month, and I'm 81. And oh my goodness gracious, I'm so happy to be 81 years old, y'all. I can't wait to get 82, God willing. So now, here is this picture. We were 25 years old, 1969. Here you go. 25 years old, 1969. Okay. Now, the next picture I'm going to show you, this is the second one and the last one, okay? Last year, this is on our 57th wedding anniversary. We were both 80 years old. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah. 80 years old, y'all. Now, this is what I like to do. Shows the passage of time. At the top, Pap and Joyce, 25 years old. At the bottom, Pap and Joyce, 80 years old. Thank you. Yeah, I get a lot of compliments on these pictures when I show them. I just want to show y'all, the passage of time. You're going to be, in the same position that we're in right now, if you're with somebody or not. This will be you at 25, and this will be you at 80. So I love pictures that show the passage of time. And so we have been together for 68 years. And I tell him all the time, I live a virtually stress-free life, undifficult your life. I share 4 pillars of advice that will help you do that, okay? Pillar number 1, share the live, y'all. Oh, thank you. I thank you everybody who is sharing the live, who is subscribing. I appreciate it. All I want to do is to share the advice that I have. I live it, y'all, with a whole lot more people. Now, YouTube says I've got 48 people on here. When y'all share the live, it opens up the possibility. It's not a guarantee, but it opens up the possibility that I'll be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people than 48 people. But I'll gladly share it with two people, okay? So, like I said, I've done over 500 TikTok lives, and I just started doing these YouTube lives on September 1st. So I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing them, and I cover the same 4 pillars every single live that I do. Over 500, and now I'm on on YouTube, and I'm doing them over here. So I cover the same 4 pillars every live that I do. That does not change. But every live that I do is different. It is unique. Thank you, Jackie. So every live that I do is different, but I cover the same 4 pillars every live that I do. I didn't do it yesterday because I got to talking about relationships. And I covered pillar number 1. You remember that, Shells? That's what happened. I didn't get to cover all of the lives. I mean, all of the lives, all of the pillars. Okay. So now, pillar number 1. I'm going to tell y'all what the pillars are. Then I'm going to go back and explain them all to you. I'm not going to throw you out there and leave you guessing. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you the advice that I share and how you can do it, okay? It's the same thing that I'm doing, okay? Now, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Only way to go. And I tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers, because if you are raising toddlers, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3 is stay calm. There is so much power. I just cannot emphasize enough how much power you have when you have the ability to stay calm and the knowledge of the value of staying calm. And when I get to pillar number 3, I do helpful hand visuals in all of my pillars. But in pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual that I do, or the helpful hand visuals, because I do 2 in pillar number 3, when I did the pillar, the helpful hand visuals for pillar number 3, and Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals, y'all. I do not make them up. Spirit gives them to me. And when I did it, this was on a TikTok live several months ago. We're in November now, so that was way back probably in the first quarter, of the year. And so when I did it for the people on the live at that point, it blew a lot of their minds. I did it for Pap. It blew his mind. And then it blows my mind as well. Okay, thanks, Shells. Appreciate that. So, and I'm sure when I get to that pillar number 3, I'm 81 years old, it will blow a lot of y'all's minds too. Okay. So now, as Shelster is telling y'all, I don't tolerate religious comments or political comments. I don't tolerate that. I have no use for either of them. Don't put anything up here on in my comments about Jesus or about the Bible. That's your religion. That's not mine. Okay? I have no religion. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion, y'all. I hope you think about that. God ain't got no religion. Religion is man-made. So I have no use for that. And I have no use for politics. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So take your religious stuff someplace else. Don't bring it here because you're going to be removed or hidden or time out, you know. So my moderators are good. So, and also, while I'm on the subject, okay, thank you. All right. And I'm not angry. I am very passionate about the stuff that I'm passionate about. While I'm on the subject, trolls. Now, this y'all's word. I'm 81 years old. I never heard the word trolls before. So if you're thinking about trolling this live, don't do it because it doesn't bother me. It reflects on what a dumbass you are, okay? Because you are a pathetic person that you would deliberately try to insult somebody or be cruel to somebody. That kind of ugly stuff, God's watching you too. Whatever you call your higher power, if you believe in one, whether or not you do, you're going to pay for whatever you're doing. So I've had trolls apologize to me. And I've also had people on my lives telling me don't bother with the trolls. And yes, I do bother with the trolls because the trolls are just the kind of people who really need to sit back and listen to the advice that I share. You understand? It's a very pathetic way you're living your life if you try to deliberately insult people or try to deliberately be cruel to people. That is not the way to live your life. So, and it doesn't bother me. It just reflects on you. It shows you to be what a big dumbass, okay? So that's what it is. Now, if you're thinking about trolling me, don't do it because the comments that you make, no kind of comment that you can make would insult me or would hurt my feelings or do anything to me. It's looking at you. So think about that. Now, okay. All right, now. That's pillar number 3. I was telling y'all pillar number 3, stay calm. And I was telling y'all that when I get to that pillar, I did the helpful hand visuals. I do 2 in pillar number 3. And it blows people's minds. So when I do it, it's probably going to blow some of y'all's minds as well. Okay? Okay. Thank you, Shelster. So now, pillar number 4. There are only 4 pillars, y'all. Pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, any of that kind of stuff. Ugly stuff is what I call it. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are. Thank you. When I get to the 4th pillar, okay? Now, back to pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have, y'all. Only 2. That's it. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. Share the live, y'all. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Thank you. Good morning, Alaska. So a negative attitude or a positive attitude. Some people will say you can have a neutral attitude. Like I say in every live, you ain't a vehicle. You ain't got no neutral. You're either going to lean positive or lean negative. That's it. Okay? Now I'll get more into that in a little while. This is a 90-minute live. And another thing that the Shelster and my other moderators will tell y'all, I do not read the comments. Y'all are putting in comments that are like 3 lines or more. That's my moderators call them paragraphs, okay? So I don't read them. I hardly have enough time to share the advice that I have to share with y'all, okay? So, but now I have to tell you, once in a while, I look down and I read some of the comments that are there. So, but now some comments are really silly comments, so don't do that. Don't ask me silly questions, because I'm not going to answer them even if I see them, okay? So I'm not going to answer silly questions. I share advice that is serious advice. Now I cuss like a sailor, y'all. So when I see some of these silly questions and it makes me want to cuss. Okay, okay. But I don't cuss on my lives and I don't cuss in public. So that I consider my lives to be in public. Okay. So don't ask me silly questions. Don't make silly comments because they will be removed. Okay. So what can I say? I wish I had time, and I hope y'all understand. I don't have time to read all these long comments, and I share advice. So if you got questions, this ain't the place for you. The only people I want on my live are the people who want to listen to the advice that I share. Okay? Don't talk about Jesus. Don't talk about the Bible. Don't talk about politics. Okay? The advice that I share is going to help you. For real. On my TikTok page, my moderators take screenshots of comments that people make and compliments, and they send them to me, and I post them on my TikTok page. And I'm still doing that. I'm still posting to TikTok. So check out the comments and compliments that people make about the lives that I do. So now back to pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Did that make sense to y'all? Y'all understand that? I don't have time to read all these comments. Y'all can just answer yes. Okay? That's one, one word. Okay? So come on, give me some responses. Y'all understand that? Do y'all understand how I don't have time to read these long comments and all of that stuff? Okay? Okay, good. Thank you, Slang. Thank you. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. I really appreciate the cooperation with me. Thank y'all very much. So now, only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. There's not a neutral attitude, okay? And here is what I have observed in my 81 years of living on this earth, okay? And open your eyes, people. Look around you. Be woke, okay? What I have observed is you do not choose to have a negative attitude. You don't. You don't choose. Nobody would choose to have a negative attitude. Okay, if you think about it, that thought just came to me. I've done over 500 of these lives. So nobody would choose to have a negative attitude. So, but here's what happens, y'all. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a definite choice that you make. A positive attitude is a deliberate choice that you make. A positive attitude is an on purpose choice that you make. You understand? If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. It's like it's a default, y'all. Think about it. Think about it. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you definitely, almost definitely, will have a negative one because a positive attitude is not going to come and sit in your lap. No, it is not. You have to pursue a positive attitude. It's a lifelong process, y'all. The program, the first pillar says, develop and maintain a positive attitude. To maintain a positive attitude is a lifelong process, but it's fun. It takes effort, but it's fun effort. It takes energy, but it's a fun use of your energy. You see? A positive attitude. The first pillar, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And the way you do that, you write a program. No politics on my live, Ma. No politics. You write a program. Take that somewhere else. And the way you write a program is you say it out loud. Say it out loud. And here's what you say. Here is the program that you write. Share the live, y'all, because it's so easy to undifficult your life. Here's the program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. That's the program that you write. And you say it out loud. And I don't care who's around you when you say it. It gives you an opportunity to spread positivity. Here's what you say, the program that you write, and you say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And I'm going to be sharing advice with you to help you to do exactly that. So, what this says, that's the program that you write. It says, from this moment on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And you can tell everybody in your life, just tell them, I don't care what my attitude was like yesterday. Don't throw up I had a negative attitude. Don't throw it up in my face, because my point is that I'm saying from now on, that means from this point forward, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that tells them, doesn't matter what your attitude was like yesterday or last week, okay? From now on, from this point forward. And you can choose to write that program. You can choose to say those words out loud at any minute in your life. At any minute in your life. Doesn't matter what your attitude was like yesterday or even 5 minutes before you came on this live. You know? So it doesn't matter. Doesn't count. The point is, you write this program and you say it out loud. From now on, you're very welcome. I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, what that does is raises your frequency. It raises your vibration. You see? And I'm going to be showing y'all with these helpful hand visuals, it's going to make the stuff that I say come to life, okay? Thank you to the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power. Now, when you say those words out loud, when you write that program, imagine, this is my hand holding a huge plug. You know, it's a huge plug. And you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul. And I love to say this every live that I do, because a lot of y'all never heard it before. When you do that, it electrifies you. It truly electrifies you. It makes you become a more vibrant part of your own life, your own living. You see? Yes, it does. It electrifies you. Just try it. Say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You hear that? I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3. Come on, y'all, share the live, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. So, you can do that if you want, Nathan. Okay. So, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. This is what a negative attitude looks like, okay? These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. Now, in the meantime, okay, in the meantime, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual, and this symbolizes the positive elements, the positive forces that are constantly flying through the universe, y'all. They are constantly flying through the universe. But they always, you hear me, y'all? They always They always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. And when you write that program and when you say these words out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here is what happens, y'all. I'm going to show you on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This is what happens. What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. You understand that? Did I communicate that clearly to y'all with that helpful hand visual? Did y'all see that? My point was? Come on, give me some responses. Oh, thank you, Aurora. Wonderful. You see, all these positive elements are constantly flying through the universe. Y'all talk about good luck. It's not luck. It's blessings. It's the universe coming. It's not luck. You see? So, when you say those words, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. All kinds of good things happen to you and for you and through you. So, now, a lot of y'all have a negative attitude, and you don't know that you have a negative attitude. You may or may not know it, okay? I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. But like I told you, you can change that at any minute in your life. Now, these words are describing personality traits or personality characteristics. If any or all of them fit you, there's hope. Because if you're negative like this, you can change that. Like I told you, all you have to do is write that program and say it out loud and put your feet on the path to do that, to change into a positive attitude. And I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on your journey to developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Very first word, anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who's full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative too. But I'm going to come back to that one because it's a big deal. But now going on to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who's the liar? Who's the dishonest one? That's negative too. Okay? So now back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment and if you are holding grudges against others, you are living in the past. You are living in the past because you're holding on to something that happened. Past tense, it happened. There is nothing the people who did that to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it because it happened. It's over. You must forgive them. You must forgive them. And it doesn't matter who it was or what they did, you must forgive them. A lot of people come on my lives and they say, well, what if it was this? And what if it was that? And what if it was that person? It doesn't matter. That is an absolute. Because what you are doing is creating an invisible internal burden on your own self, on your own soul, on your own spirit, on your own cells, on your own blood, on your own organs. Look around you at people that you know are full of resentment and hold grudges against others, are full of unforgiveness. In a lot of cases, those people are on all kinds of medications. Those people they're in bad health. And they probably are not aging well. When you hold that kind of ugliness inside of you, it creates problems for you. I call these the uglies. The uglies do damage to the person who holds them. They don't do anything to the person that you're holding the grudges against or the resentment towards or the unforgiveness. They don't do anything. They're going on about their lives. They may have problems too, okay? But you're holding grudges or holding resentment and unforgiveness against them isn't doing anything to them, but it's destroying. It can destroy you, for real. All you got to do is open your eyes and look around you at people that you know hold on to resentment, unforgiveness, and hold grudges. In a lot of cases, they are not in good health. They're on pharmaceuticals, all that kind of stuff. So you must forgive. Now, a lot of people will say forgive and forget. Hell no. Hell no. You never, ever forget. No. You never, ever forget. But you must forgive. You forgive for yourself, But when you forgive, that doesn't mean that you have to go back into their lives or they come back into yours. But if that's agreed upon by all parties, that's wonderful. That's really great. But you never, ever forget. You keep it on the stove, on the back burner, but you never, ever forget. So come on, y'all, share the live. So, and I appreciate everybody that is sharing it. Oh, I can share it too.